In 1979, these songs were everywhere, spinning in roller rinks, blasting from car stereos, sneaking onto the charts, and then, almost overnight, they vanished. Tonight, we're digging up 12 forgotten pop hits from 1979 that deserved a much longer life. From Canadian disco duos and TV actor one-hit wonders to quirky new wave experiments and razor-sharp power pop, these are the records you won't hear on Best of the 70s playlists. But once you press play, you'll wonder how they ever disappeared. If you grew up near a roller rink, you can almost feel this one in your bones. The Rise were a Canadian husband and wife duo, and A Little Lovin' keeps the doctor away, sounds like the inside of a disco ball. It's bright, it's glossy, and it moves like a skater who knows every inch of the floor.
You feel a slow dance full of romance, and I'm turning on a dime. It's like
the bass bounces, the strings shimmer, and the chorus is so simple you almost start singing along before you really know the words. This wasn't a giant global hit. It did enough to get noticed, enough to get some TV slots and radio spins, and then
little loving that keeps me here to stay. Yeah. It's such a pleasure to never.
like a lot of late 70s disco pop, it got buried when the disco backlash hit. But if you press play now, you can hear how carefully this thing is built. The groove is tight.
That smile that keeps my circulation right. Little loving.
The vocals are playful without being cheesy. It's pure feel-good medicine. Imagine being a teenager in 1979. Hearing this as you circle the rink, lights flashing, everything smelling like popcorn and cheap cologne. You're not thinking about chart positions. But you're just hoping the song doesn't end before you build up the courage to hold someone's hand. That's the kind of little time capsule this track is, a 3-minute flash of joy that deserved a longer life. At number 11, we have a one-hit wonder that screams 1979 in the best possible way. David Naughton was not a seasoned singer, he was a TV actor. Making It started as a theme for a short-lived sitcom, and then spilled over onto the radio. The song has that full late 70s optimism baked into every second. Strings, hand claps, big backing vocals, and that line, "I'm solid gold," is sung with such confidence. You almost believe you're invincible too. This is the sound of a decade trying to end on a high note. Disco is everywhere, money is tight, the world is complicated, and here comes this 3-minute blast saying, forget all that, you're gonna make it.
What you see, success is mine, 'cause I've got the key.
No irony, no wink, just pure wide-eyed belief. Of course, the TV show didn't last, and when disco started to fall out of fashion, Making It went with it. But go back now with fresh ears, and you can hear how well it captures a moment.
This time in life, I'm making it.
It's like opening a time capsule and finding a glittery jacket and a big grin inside. If you've ever had a silly song become your secret motivational anthem, you'll understand why this one still hits.
This one.
Number 10 is where things get weird in a very good way. Lena Lovett's Lucky Number is not smooth. It doesn't try to be. Her voice yelps, jumps, and dances all over the track like a nervous punk sprite.
The atmosphere, the object of the action is becoming clear.
The rhythm is sharp and jerky, the guitars are tight, and there's this edgy energy that feels more art school than dance floor. In 1979, this would have sounded like the future. New Wave was still forming its identity, and Lucky Number helped push it along. It showed you could be catchy and strange at the same time. You didn't have to polish every edge off to get on the radio. Why did it get forgotten? partly because it sits in that in-between space. Not a huge mainstream hit, not a classic rock staple. It's the kind of song that people heard, loved for a season, and then lost track of when the 80s truly exploded. But listen closely now, and you can hear its influence, the playful weirdness, the offbeat hooks, the sense that pop can be theatrical and odd. That's a bridge leading straight into the more creative side of 80s pop. If you like artists who don't sound like anyone else, this is a lucky number worth dialing again.
Don't push your love too far. Got out into trouble. Not just another girl. I get in touch with you.
At number 9, we land in jangly power pop heaven. The Jags, "Bio at the Back of My Hand, I've Got Your Number," sits in the same neighborhood as early Elvis Costello and the Pretenders. Tight guitars, snappy drums, and a vocal delivery that sounds just a little bit anxious, like the singer is trying not to let their heart show too much.
Written on the back of my hand. I got your number. I had a dream.
The magic here is in the hook. That chorus feels like something you'd yell in a small, sweaty club, packed shoulder to shoulder with people who know every word. The song is short, punchy, and leaves no wasted space. It's pop songwriting sharpened to a point.
Ain't got the lamp. You wanna go to buy the very last time. You're only
Yet, outside of the UK and hardcore power pop fans, this track almost vanished from memory. It didn't have the big machine behind it. It didn't become a classic rock radio regular. It just lived its life on a few 7-inch singles and in the hearts of the people who happened to catch it at the right time.
written on the back of my hand. I got your number.
Hearing it today, you might have that strange feeling of recognizing something you've never actually heard before. It sounds familiar because it's built from the same DNA
Left inside. Hey, did I get you wrong? Say where's your
as so many later guitar pop bands, but it still has its own little spark, a perfect snapshot of what late 70s pop rock could do in under 3 minutes.
Direction, and we don't see eye to eye.
Number 8 is like stepping into a warm car on a cold evening. Nicolette Larson took a Neil Young song and turned it into a gentle, soft rock embrace. Lotta Love moves with an easy, steady pulse. The keyboards have that late 70s shimmer, the backing vocals wrap around you, and her voice is calm, smooth, and kind.
It's gonna take a lot of love.
This is the kind of song that would have played on FM radio as you drove home at night. Not the loud song that everyone sang at the top of their lungs, but the one that made you stare out the window and think about whatever was going on in your life. Crushes, breakups, hopes, fears. All of it fits inside of soft rock hits like this were pushed aside. People joked about yacht rock. They remembered the big acts but forgot the smaller names. Nicolette Larson didn't get the long career spotlight she deserved, so this track quietly slipped into the background too.
what she's really got. And stopping in the nick of time.
At 7, we're still on the water, but now the sun's a little brighter. Shake It by Ian Matthews has a yacht pop shimmer to it. The guitar lines are clean, the keyboards are airy, and the chorus feels like a breeze coming off the ocean.
Last forever. But do it for worse or for better.
You can almost picture a cruise ship deck, drink in hand, wine in your hair, nothing urgent to do. Matthews wasn't new to music. He'd already done time in folk and rock circles, but Shake It was his big pop moment, the one shot where everything lined up with radio, charts, and timing.
Here she comes sliding, shaking it down.
It climbed, made some noise, then faded. What makes it special now is how effortless it feels. Some songs strain to sound like a hit. This one just floats.
She's got a new way of dancing slow. She knows what
The melody slides along, the rhythm section never overplays, and his voice sits right in the pocket. It's relaxed but still focused, like a band that knows exactly what they're doing. Number 6 is Pure Glitter. Bonnie Pointer took a 1960s Motown tune and rocketed it into the disco era. Her version of Heaven Must Have Sent You is like a party in motion, 4 on the floor drums. Shiny strings, horns punching through the mix, and Bonnie right in the center smiling through every line. There's something special about hearing a soul song reborn on a dance floor. You can still feel the church and the street in the melody, but now it's dressed up in sequins and mirror ball light.
I've cried through many endless nights, just holding my...
Bonnie's delivery has that joyful urgency, like she knows this might be her moment and she's not wasting a second of it. Disco suffered a huge backlash at the end of the decade.
Into my arms. Now in the morning when I...
Whole radio stations dropped the sound. A lot of artists got caught in that tidal wave, and with them songs like this were pushed aside. People remembered the mega hits by Donna Summer or the Bee Gees, but left these second-line classics in crates and dusty jukeboxes. At number 5, we have a song by a massive star that somehow still got lost. After Grease, Olivia Newton-John was everywhere, but most people remember the obvious, You're the One That I Want. Physical, the big flashy hits. Deeper Than the Night lives in the cracks between those giant moments. The track leans more rock than many of her earlier songs. The guitars have a bit more bite. The tempo is steady and strong, and her vocal sits on top with this confident, almost mysterious tone. It's still pop, but there's a coolness to it, a nighttime mood that separates it from her sunnier material. You can imagine this playing late after the primetime hits have finished. Maybe you're lying on your bed, lights off, radio on, hearing this come through the speakers and feeling like it's speaking directly to you. Not a huge anthem. Not a bubblegum tune, something in between. Deeper Than the Night shows a transition point, Olivia moving away from country pop innocence toward the sleeker neon world of the early 80s. It deserved to be remembered as part of that story. Instead, it became one of those, oh yeah, I forgot about that one songs until now.
Left me just when I needed you most.
Number 4 might be one of the most quietly devastating pop songs of 1979. Randy Van Warmer's Just When I Needed You Most is soft rock on the surface, but emotionally it cuts deep.
The window and I think about where you might be.
His voice is gentle, almost fragile. The melody rises and falls like someone trying to keep their composure and failing. And then there's that auto harp line, a slightly unusual choice that gives the song a bittersweet, almost country flavor. The story is simple. You needed someone. They weren't there.
Find comfort, God knows, 'cause you...
The heartbreak is not shouted, it's whispered. That's what makes it powerful. Instead of big drama, we get small details. The empty spaces, the quiet moments when the reality settles in. In 1979, this song fit perfectly on adult contemporary radio.
When I struggle for something to say, you look
It charted well, spent time in heavy rotation, and then moved aside for the next wave of hits. It didn't have a flashy video or a huge stadium tour behind it. It just lived in people's memories for a while, and then faded for many. At number 3, we have a #1 hit most people don't talk about. Sad Eyes by Robert John is a slow burn ballad with a strong doo-wop spirit running through it. His voice climbs up into a smooth falsetto, and the arrangement leaves lots of open space for that vocal to swim in. It's not a busy track, it's simple, echoing, and a little haunted. The song is about trying to end a relationship gently, face to face. There's guilt, regret, and tenderness. It's not the wild breakup fight we see in movies. It's the quiet, painful conversation where both people know the truth but don't really want to say it. Despite hitting #1 in the US, Sad Eyes didn't stick in the pop culture memory the way other chart toppers did. It didn't turn into a karaoke standard. It doesn't show up in movie soundtracks every few years. It just slipped through. But if you sit with it now, it reveals its power. The way the melody stretches on the word eyes. The way the backing vocals echo like thoughts in the back of your mind. It's a reminder that even the biggest songs can disappear if we don't keep them alive. Number 2 is the ultimate late night drive. Driver's Seat by Sniff and the Tears is one of those tracks that feels like movement. The drum pattern is precise and unrelenting. The bass locks in tight, and the guitar lines snake around everything with a cool, slightly distant air. Over the top, the vocal is restrained but emotional, like someone telling you a story they've rehearsed 1,000 times. This is not a shout-along anthem, it's a mood. It feels like cruising through city streets at 2 a.m., windows down, traffic lights changing slowly, your mind replaying old memories. The lyrics are somewhat abstract, but the feeling is clear. Something lost, something unresolved, and the strange calm that follows. In its time, Driver's Seat got decent attention. It charted, got radio play, and then, like many songs from bands without a long list of hits, it drifted into cult status. Every few years it pops up in a film, a commercial, or a playlist, and people go, wait, what is this song? This is amazing.
Hey, Pop Lore family. Did you know only 1% of viewers are subscribed? If you love deep dives into pop legends, forgotten gems, and the stories behind the songs that shaped generations, hit that subscribe button right now. And don't forget to turn on LL notifications so you'll be the first to know when we premiere our next video. It's free, it helps Pop Lore grow, and it makes sure you never miss a single countdown or music story. Let's build this community together.
And at #1, we crown what might be the most perfect, almost classic of 1979 pop. Nick Lowe's Cruel to Be Kind is everything great pop should be. Bright guitars, a melody you can hum after one listen, and lyrics that are smarter than they first appear. On the surface, it's a catchy tune about a complicated relationship. Underneath, it's a clever twist on the idea that sometimes honesty hurts. The arrangement is pure power pop. Punchy drums, chiming chords, tight harmonies. It's not overproduced. It doesn't lean on big strings or flashy tricks. Instead, it trusts the song, and the song delivers. Lowe was already respected as a songwriter and producer.
Well, I do my best to
But this track was his big shot at wider pop recognition. It charted well in several countries, then settled into a strange space, beloved by musicians, known by music nerds. But not as famous as it should be among casual listeners. When you hear it today, it sounds fresh, timeless even. You could slip it into a modern playlist with indie pop bands and it wouldn't feel out of place. That's the sign of a great pop record. It stays alive. Even when the decade that birthed it is long gone. Cruel to Be Kind is the crown jewel of this list because it represents everything this video is about.
You gotta be cruel to be kind in the right measure.
Songs that were good enough to last but somehow got stuck in the shallow end of our collective memory. The journey doesn't end here, pop lovers. Watch this next.